So we really don't know everything that's in there.
Police in Argentina found cocaine and marijuana hidden inside of these fake soccer trophies.
Layers of newspapers that had been folded and crammed inside.
Who would have expected to find something quite bizarre in a statue? Surely not these people who found the most unexpected discovery within this Buddhist figure. Quite creepy, don't you think? With that said, let's take a look at some of the strangest things people found inside statues. Let's start things off by visiting someone from one of Shakespeare's famous works. Letters inside Juliet. A while back in Verona, Italy, they stumbled upon something truly fascinating. A bronze statue of Juliet, Romeo's sweetheart, from the famous Shakespeare play. When they were fixing up the statue around Valentine's Day in 2015, they found a whole bunch of keys and love letters hidden inside it. Can you believe that? Now, this statue was made clear back in 1969 and was put up in Verona because it's supposed to be the hometown of Juliet, even though she's just a character from a story. But here's the sad part. Over the years, all the tourists have been rubbing her breasts and arms for good luck, and you know what that does? It wears down the statue, cracks it up, and basically ruins the poor thing. But here's where it gets interesting. People started putting love letters through those cracks right into the hollow part of the statue. And get this. There were loads of keys too. Turns out, some lovebirds wrote their names on little locks and then chucked the keys somewhere. It was like a secret stash of romance hidden inside Juliet herself. And guess what? They only found all this stuff because they were trying to fix up the cracks and make a copy of the statue. Can you imagine the stories behind all those letters and keys? It's like a real-life love story right out of a movie. Here's another famous statue, or should I say infamous, due to the controversy surrounding it. Controversial statue time capsule. For a long time, there was this really heavy statue in Orlando, Florida, weighing about as much as a big car. It was a statue of a Confederate soldier, and people had mixed feelings about it. Some people said it was racist and stood for white supremacy, while others thought it was part of history. So in 2017, they decided to take it down. Things, however, got quite interesting when they removed the statue. Can you guess what they found? A little metal box hiding right at the bottom? Can you imagine stumbling upon something like that? Inside the box were old newspaper clippings, flags from the Confederate side, and even some money called Confederate dollar bills. It's like a treasure chest, but with stuff that tells a story, not gold and jewels. But wait, there's more to the story. After they took down the statue, they didn't just throw it away. Nope. Instead, they moved it to a cemetery. That's right, a cemetery. And not just any spot in the cemetery, but near the graves of 37 Confederate soldiers. It's like they wanted to keep a piece of history close to where it all began, even though not everyone agrees with it. What do you think about that? Seems like people have gained the habit to store things inside statues. Scrolls. In May 2018, a stunning revelation shook the foundations of Hokeji Temple in Nara, Japan, unveiling a secret hidden within the depths of time. It all began with the discovery of a 700-year-old Bodhisattva statue, a revered figure embodying wisdom and enlightenment. But what set this statue apart wasn't just its age or craftsmanship, it was what lay hidden within its hollowed core. The ancient statue, standing at a mere 76 centimeters tall, contained within it a treasure trove of 180 items. Among these relics were scrolls, artifacts, and mysterious objects waiting to be unveiled. But what secrets did these scrolls hold? What stories did these relics whisper from centuries past? Delving deeper into the symbolism of the Bodhisattva, we uncover the significance of Monju Bosatsu, the embodiment of wisdom and enlightenment in Buddhist tradition. Depicted as a human seated atop a lion, wielding a book and a sword, the imagery speaks volumes about the journey toward inner peace and knowledge. But what tales of enlightenment were encoded within the scrolls hidden within the statue's head and body? As the world awaits further revelations from this enigmatic discovery, one question looms large. What mysteries of the ancient world will be unlocked when the statue's secrets are finally revealed? Letter in a bottom. Let's try to set a scene, shall we? You're a preservationist, diligently working to restore a 240-year-old statue of Jesus in St. Agueda, Spain, when suddenly you stumble upon a hidden compartment inside the statue's buttocks. Intriguing, right? But it gets even more fascinating when you discover not one, but two letters snugly tucked away inside. These letters, scrawled in 1777 by Joaquin Minguez, a clergyman at the Burgo de Osma Cathedral, offer a captivating glimpse into life centuries ago. Minguez spills the beans about the statue's creator, Manuel Ball, and even dishes out juicy details about the village's agricultural success that season. But why hide these notes in such an unusual spot? What secrets were they meant to preserve? As if that weren't enough, Minguez goes on to reveal tidbits about village life, from battling typhoid outbreaks to engaging in leisurely activities like ball games and card matches. And let's not forget the royal connection. King Carlos III, ruling from his palace in Madrid, looms large in Minguez's narrative. But the mystery deepens as Minguez discloses the church's decision to duplicate the letters, sending the originals off to the Archbishop of Burgos for safekeeping while stuffing copies right back into the statue's rear end. Why go through the trouble of duplicating and archiving these notes? What secrets lie within the halls of the Archbishop's archive? It's a tale that raises more questions than answers, leaving us pondering the motivations behind these clandestine missives and the untold stories they hold within their ancient folds. Enough about the normal items. What about something completely unexpected, like our next entry here? Human teeth. Ever wondered what secrets ancient statues might hold? Well, in 2014, a restoration project in Mexico took a bizarre turn, revealing a mystery that sent shockwaves through the world of preservation. The unsuspecting artifact in question was the Christ of Patience, a 300-year-old wooden statue depicting Jesus in a moment of awaiting crucifixion. But here's the twist. Upon closer inspection, preservationists discovered that this wasn't your typical statue. Why? Because it housed real human teeth. Now that raises an intriguing question. How on earth did a sacred statue end up with authentic human chompers? You see, in the region of Mexico where this statue originated, it's not uncommon for ancient religious artifacts to contain real nails, hair, or teeth. A statue of baby Jesus, for instance, was found with 2 tiny rabbit teeth, and a devil statue boasted dog teeth. Yet a statue adorned with genuine human teeth was an unprecedented discovery, especially considering the teeth were in pristine condition. Here's where the mystery deepens. The statue's mouth was always closed, rendering the teeth nearly invisible to the naked eye. It took the keen observation of preservationists conducting an X-ray to stumble upon this eerie revelation. The big question now is, why and how did someone decide to incorporate real human teeth into this depiction of Christ? Preservationists speculate that during the 17th and 18th centuries, Mexican Christians might have willingly donated body parts to churches, including teeth. Alternatively, the teeth could have been obtained less willingly, raising the unsettling possibility of a darker tale behind this peculiar addition to the Christ of Patience. The discovery leaves us with more questions than answers, inviting us to delve into the enigmatic practices of the past and the untold stories hidden within religious artifacts. Ancient money. In the intriguing realm where ancient artifacts conceal unexpected treasures, a group of Australian art experts stumbled upon a mysterious secret tucked away within the hollowed confines of a 645-year-old wooden statue of a Chinese Buddha. The astonishing revelation? An ancient banknote defying expectations by occupying the cavernous head of the ancient artifact. The year was 2016, and the discovery, which would soon capture the imagination of historians and collectors alike, unfolded as the statue underwent preparations for an auction. The art experts, perhaps expecting nothing more than the aesthetic beauty of the antique, were met with a bizarre surprise: the unearthing of a relic from the past, silently nestled within the Buddha's wooden cranium. But what made this find truly peculiar was the nature of the treasure: a banknote, an ancient form of currency larger and stranger than the bills we're accustomed to today. This particular note, with writings dating back to 1371 during the reign of Zhu Yuanzhang, the inaugural emperor of the Ming dynasty, was valued at 1 guan, a currency that in its time equated to a considerable sum, either 1,000 copper coins or 28 grams of silver. As the art experts delved into the historical significance of their discovery, the writings on the banknote added layers of intrigue. Citizens were encouraged to expose counterfeiters, a call enforced with a chilling threat of decapitation for those engaged in forgery, an aspect that evokes questions about the socio-economic and judicial structures of the time. The journey of this ancient banknote, tucked away for centuries within the Buddha statue, took an unexpected turn as it was listed for auction. A chance encounter that raised not only eyebrows, but also questions about the statue's past custodians, both of whom seemingly missed the hidden treasure within. Lion Time Capsule. In 2014, the Golden Lion atop Boston's Old State House underwent renovation, and an unexpected secret was unveiled. The discovery? A time capsule hidden within the majestic head of the lion. Now, this isn't just your ordinary time capsule. It carries with it a fascinating tale that stretches back over a century. Back in 1901, the Boston Globe reported the existence of this time capsule. However, as the sands of time trickled away, the knowledge of its presence faded into the background of history, lying dormant until a descendant of the statue's sculptor stumbled upon a letter written by the very artist. This letter not only confirmed the existence of the capsule, but also provided a detailed list of its intriguing contents. What mysteries did this time capsule hold? Newspaper clippings, frozen moments in time through photographs, and the autographs of individuals long gone. Letters, carefully inscribed by Boston's politicians and residents, offered a glimpse into the concerns and aspirations of the era. As the hidden gem came to light, it posed a question to those in the present. How could such a significant piece of history be left unremembered? The city officials in Boston decided not to let this historical treasure slip back into obscurity. Instead, they planned to create replicas of the capsule's original contents and, along with some contemporary items, seal them back within the lion. The idea? To captivate the imaginations of future generations, ensuring that the tale of this golden lion and its time capsule continues to weave its enigmatic thread through time, awaiting discovery in the 22nd century. So what stories will the duplicates and new additions tell when they emerge into the light once more? Bourbon whiskey. In the year 2020, while engaged in the meticulous task of removing the statue of the Confederate leader Jefferson Davis, workers stumbled upon a time capsule hidden within the structure's depths. As they carefully extracted the controversial monument, an unexpected revelation left them astounded. An empty bottle of Glenmore, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, and an 84-year-old newspaper, a historical relic frozen in time, dating back to October 20th, 1936, the very day when the statue had first risen to its imposing stance. One can't help but ponder the significance of such a peculiar time capsule. Why would the people responsible for erecting the statue choose to leave behind this unique combination of spirits and newsprint, as if crafting a message to the future? Was it a deliberate attempt to encapsulate the essence of that specific era, or perhaps a subtle commentary on the transient nature of historical symbols? Fast forward to the contemporary political landscape, where a state commission's decision reverberated through the annals of history. Faced with the surge of anti-racism protests sweeping across the United States, the commission voted to dethrone the once prominent statue of Jefferson Davis, acknowledging the need to reassess and redefine the symbols that adorned public spaces. In World Cup. Back in 2010, some rather inventive traffickers decided to take their game to a whole new level by concealing their illicit cargo within a counterfeit World Cup trophy. Yes, you heard that right. A fake replica of the coveted symbol of soccer glory turned out to be a cleverly disguised vessel for 11 kilograms of cocaine blended with gasoline for molding purposes. Now that's what you call thinking outside the box, or in this case, outside the cup. But here's the burning question. How did they even come up with this audacious idea in the first place? It's like something out of a Hollywood crime thriller, where the bad guys are always one step ahead, pulling off jaw-dropping stunts to outsmart the authorities. Just try to imagine this seemingly innocent package, adorned with the iconic silhouette of the World Cup trophy, making its way through the bustling corridors of Bogotá Airport, bound for Spain. Little did anyone suspect the true nature of its contents, a carefully crafted facade concealing a treasure trove of narcotics. Now, how would you feel being one of the law enforcement officers tasked with inspecting incoming parcels, only to stumble upon this ingenious scheme? The tension must have been palpable as they cracked open the faux trophy, revealing the shocking truth hidden within its hollow interior. But here's where the plot thickens. How did the traffickers manage to evade detection for so long? Did they have inside help? Or were they simply masters of deception, exploiting loopholes in the system to smuggle their contraband across international borders? As the authorities unraveled the intricate web of deceit surrounding this bizarre case, one thing became abundantly clear. When it comes to the world of trafficking, creativity knows no bounds. Federal agents stationed in Laredo stumble upon a statue of Jesus Christ, seemingly innocent with its flowing hair and golden cape. But hold on tight, because here comes the twist. Hidden within this divine figure was a stash of up to 6 pounds of cocaine, cunningly blended into the plaster. Can you imagine the shock of uncovering such a clandestine operation hidden beneath the guise of religious iconography? Now, some might argue that you can't put a price on Jesus, but in this case, the statue could have netted a staggering $30,000 on the streets. Stephen Robertson, speaking on behalf of the DEA in Washington, didn't mince words, condemning the act as sacrilegious. Mummified monk. This statue, serene in its Buddha-like aura, harbors a chilling secret. It's something so unexpected that no one would have guessed it was inside it, a real skeleton belonging to a monk who chose to mummify himself in the quest for spiritual transcendence. Yes, you heard that right. A self-mummified monk encased within the very statue that exudes peace and enlightenment. Now you might wonder, why would a monk willingly embark on such a macabre journey? It's a tale that dates back to the 10th century, a time when the desire for enlightenment led some Buddhist monks to undertake an extraordinary and grueling process of self-mummification. The question arises, what drove them to such extreme measures in their pursuit of spiritual elevation? The intricate process begins 3 years before the monks' anticipated death. Their diet transforms into a tree-eating regimen, consisting solely of nuts, roots, berries, and bark. A drastic change, symbolic of a detachment from the material world. Then comes Nyujo, a phase lasting between 1,000 and 3,000 days, where the monk ceases to eat, sustaining themselves only with water mixed with salt while meditating until death. The climax arrives when, at the brink of demise, they are buried alive. The culmination of this morbid ritual sees the exhumation of the remains, a moment of truth. Have they decayed or transformed into a mummy? Now, mummies alone are intriguing, but a mummified monk concealed within a Buddha statue elevates the enigma to unprecedented levels. The Buddha statue harboring the self-mummified monk remains a unique and solitary instance. Following his death, the mummified monk was displayed in a temple for 2 centuries until nature took its toll. Statue inside a statue. There's this seemingly unremarkable statue tucked away in the heart of Bangkok, covered in stucco and left out in the elements for years on end, like some forgotten relic of the past. But what if I told you there's more to this statue than meets the eye? Enter Phra Phutha Maha Suwan Patimakon, a 7-meter-tall Buddha statue that's about to unravel a tale of intrigue and hidden treasure. Now here's where things get interesting. This Buddha statue, believed to have originated from India in the 13th or 14th century, found its way to Bangkok in 1801, landing in the temple of Wat Chotanaram. Despite its colossal size, the statue was deemed so worthless that it was left outside the temple, exposed to the elements with only a flimsy tin roof offering any semblance of protection. Fast forward to 1955, and fate intervened in the form of a mishap. As workers attempted to transport the statue to another temple, disaster struck. The statue fell, cracking the stucco plaster that concealed its true nature. Imagine the shock when beneath that dull exterior lay not just any statue, but an 18-carat gold masterpiece. But wait, there's more. This golden wonder wasn't just a solid piece, it was cleverly crafted in 9 parts, with a key to dismantle it for transportation. Historians speculate that the stucco covering wasn't just for decoration. It was a strategic move to conceal the statue from Burmese invaders in the 17th century. Dead Man. In a bizarre turn of events in May 2021, the picturesque city of Santa Coloma de Gramenet in Barcelona, Spain, became the stage for an inexplicable and macabre discovery. A seemingly innocuous papier-mâché stegosaurus sculpture nestled in the heart of the city, transformed into an unexpected coffin for an unfortunate individual. It all began when a father and son, merely passing by, were met with a peculiar odor emanating from the dinosaur artwork. Intrigued and likely bewildered, the father decided to investigate further. As if straight out of a mystery novel, he noticed a small crack in the sculpture's leg, and through that narrow opening, the shocking truth revealed itself. An actual corpse. Now just think of the sheer astonishment and disbelief that must have gripped them at that moment. It was a routine day in the city, and they stumbled upon a crime scene within an inanimate dinosaur structure. How does a person end up inside a papier-mâché stegosaurus? It's the kind of mystery that captures the imagination and leaves everyone with more questions than answers. Swiftly, the authorities were notified, and the enigmatic story began to unfold. The lifeless body, belonging to a 39-year-old man reported missing by his family, had met a tragic fate. However, the most confounding part was that the authorities insisted no foul play was involved. Now consider the peculiar circumstances surrounding this discovery. The local media reported a chilling detail. The man had apparently dropped his phone inside the stegosaurus. An everyday inconvenience turned fatal. The man, driven by the desire to retrieve his lost possession, entered the sculpture. Little did he know that this seemingly harmless adventure would lead to an unimaginable demise. As the news circulated, the city was left in a state of bewilderment. How could a seemingly mundane papier-mâché dinosaur sculpture conceal such a dark secret? Like what you just watched? Well, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get notified of more amazing content. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time.